Hey guys, Scott from Medicman Gaming here with you today at the Academy. We're gonna do a little tutorial of the tower ladder. One of you guys requested it, so I'm having a couple minutes to do that real quick. So with that being said, let's get into it. Driving around the Academy grounds, fun, right? Alright, so with any truck operations, guys, ladder truck always takes the address side of the building. What that means is the alpha side. Structures have four sides: Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. So the ladder truck should take, by all rights, should take the address side of the building, which is the alpha side of the building. Okay? You want to, with the tower ladder, you want to pull ahead of where you want to deploy the stick. So either the person that is running command or you as the truck operator have to determine, where do I want to put this ladder? You want to have enough room to raise the ladder, maneuver the ladder, and place the outriggers. The engine, the first incoming engine, if ahead of the ladder truck, should take up staging or position ahead or prior to where the truck is going to set up. So depending on where the plug is, or slash the hydrant. So that being said, when you get into your firehouse, when you start, you should always do a truck check. Alright? You want to know, when you get out of the truck, you should come immediately over to the outriggers, put the outriggers down, and you only have to hit the button once, guys. You can just stand here. As long as you remain in proximity, you will continue to deploy the outriggers. So if you're going to the roof for ventilation, you want to make sure you have two things. So you come over here, hit control, grab your pike or hook, one of the two, whichever you prefer. I prefer the New York hook, honestly. And then you want to grab your saw. And then you can put that on there like that. Press B, and that will do that. So your outriggers are out and everything else. If it is a commercial structure, you are not likely to take a ground ladder with you. However, if it is a residential structure, you would normally take a roof ladder, which is typically 12 feet in length. It is not an extension ladder in any way, shape, or form. It's a roof ladder. And that is basically, so it will, in real life, it would have two hooks on the top of it. That way it could hook over a peak or a beam of some sort. That way that it is not going to go anywhere, and you can use that to stand on and work off of. That way, if you were to open up a section of roof that you are working on and not realizing your placement, you end up being over that hole with your body and you would fall in otherwise. But since you are working off of that roof ladder, you have the stability of the ladder that you can work off of and basically be safe on. That does not, count for, fire conditions and structural conditions. But typically that's why it has the hooks. So if you have a peaked roof, which is usually the case in a residential, you can put it over that peak, which that beam runs the length of the structure and is supported by both sides. Vice versa, the bottom of the ladder is resting on the bottom beam. So those 2 points will hold that ladder in place if the rest of the roof caves in. Now, if you lose structural integrity on obviously those 2 points, well then, you know, obviously you're screwed either way. So you're gonna operate the tower ladder similarly that you do. Your A button is left, your D button is right, your S is up, and your W is down. I think that's reversed on the straight stick. Also, I think extend on the stick is E, it's Q here. So you're going to raise yourself up, position your ladder where you need it. You're going to hit F to hop out. And then you are going to, you can kneel, equip. So you can equip your saw by doing that. Now see, right there, that's going to tell you that you're, there you go. You don't want it there. So you want to make sure that you are not in the lighted box. Obviously, this is a little bit buggy, but see, there you go. And then you can take your hook and poke that down. See? Now you have your ventilation point. Now that also has a drop ceiling in there, so you would then conversely have somebody pull that ceiling, so you have full ventilation. Okay. The other thing you guys want to keep in mind, especially like in real life, is you would want to know where the fire is. So do your primary searches, whether it's engine or ladder. Typically the truck does the primary search to find the fire. The engine then goes in and puts it out. You want to know where the fire is before you start cutting holes, because if the fire is on one end of the building and you cut the hole in the opposite end of the building, then you know that is going to create a vacuum and suck the fire to that ventilation point. So keep that in mind, guys, when you are role playing, and especially like I've had some people that just didn't know in my crew even that you know that vent fans while fire is active is not a good thing, and so on and so forth. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you are wanting to use the monitor on here, you would then use your arrow keys, left and right. Up is down, down is up. Why it is that way, it is, but whatever. But you need to have a relay line that is connected to A, the discharge, and B, the hydrant / plug. And typically, guys, what would happen in real life, the first end engine is not going to hit the plug unless they don't have a second engine coming. The second engine is responsible for establishing a water source, either via hydrant or whatever it needs to be, and then running a relay line to the second engine. The first engine's already inside trying to mitigate the fire with their tank water, so you can get water on that fire as soon as possible. That's the name of the game, guys. Putting fire out is not that hard. If you get to it quickly. So, anyways, you want to make sure if you pull a piece of equipment off of the apparatus that you return it. So, and that's the thing there. So make sure you return it. You can operate off of somebody else's equipment, but you have to return the equipment that you use. You can't just drop it and then, you know what I mean? Like, you have to return anything that you use, okay? And sometimes it's buggy and you can't do it. Like now it's kind of ridiculous, but that didn't used to be a thing, but whatever. Rafe, if you could fix that, or Raph, if you could fix that, that'd be great. I noticed that a lot actually lately, but it is what it is. Still pre-alpha, still the best firefighter sim out there, even in pre-alpha, even with the bugs, even with all the things. You're gonna have that with major games regardless. And he's got 10% of the budget and 10% of the staff, so doing a really good job as far as I'm concerned. Also, another thing is, guys, the Discord, the MMG community is growing and expanding and exploding. 53 members so far, and growing all the time. So we're taking applications. We're running daily multiplayer sessions. I think we actually had 10 people, 12 people last night. So it's good times, guys. It really is. So we welcome everyone. The rules aren't hard to follow. I mean, for some people it apparently is. You know, we had to, unfortunately, let one of our high-ranking members go. So regardless of that, and that particular person wanting to, you know, besmirch our name, we are continuing to thrive because we are doing the right things. I mean, they made their choices and unfortunately had to be removed, and it did me no pleasure to do so, because they were a particularly strong influence in the beginning, and but they thought they knew better than everyone else. And you know, I want a positive community, and I want the rules to be followed. You can't break rules that even you helped write, you know what I mean? Like, you helped write them, you knew the rules inside and out, and you broke several of them. I mean, that's not my fault. And then when you were talked to about it, you threw a tantrum like a child. So I digress on that point. I don't want to, like, besmirch anyone. Choices were made. You play games and you win stupid prizes. So anyways, and I've even reached out and offered them a way back. So if they don't want to choose to take that, and that's on them, guys. It really is. So, but regardless, I don't want to be on that point too long. Here's the tower ladder. It's great when it works. I wish they had another one in Brooklyn. They don't at this point. So, alright, guys. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I'll link the Discord in the chat below. We've changed it, so we'll link that in the description below. Do me a favor, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one.